How to make a social studies research paper by Gina, Emily, and Natalia. So we think that writing a research paper is just like baking a cake. For example, before writing any research paper, you have to decide on a topic. Like in baking, you have to decide what you're going to bake. After choosing a topic, you have to research it and create an outline. Like in baking, you have to look up the recipe and then gather all your ingredients. Every social studies paper always starts with an introductory paragraph. In the introduction, you always need to include your reasons that you would only state briefly, not thoroughly, and a thesis. The thesis in your research paper is like the dry ingredients in a cake. This is because without any dry ingredients in your cake, there would be no cake. But without a thesis in your paper, there'd be no paper. After you have completed your introductory paragraph, then you start doing your body paragraphs. Your body paragraph should include your reasons to why you are taking your position on your claim that supports your thesis. In your body paragraphs, you don't want to overwhelm the reader with information. Just like for say, when you're mixing the wet ingredients, you have to balance all the ingredients out to make sure that it's a good mixture. If you overwhelmed it, the proportions would be inconsistent and the cake would not turn out correct. In addition, you want to organize your thoughts when writing your paper. Just like in baking, you want to organize your materials and make sure that the liquids are with the liquids and the dry ingredients are with the dry ingredients. Lastly, one of the most important things to do in a body paragraph is to put evidence. This is just like baking because the most important part of baking is mixing every ingredient together. Always remember that after every body paragraph comes a concluding sentence. This is just like baking because after you have mixed all the ingredients, you put the cake in the oven. Now every social studies research paper must include a concluding paragraph. This is just like baking because what's a good cake without frosting? Now always make sure that all your ideas and points connect. This is just like baking because you always have to mix all your ingredients like dry and wet before you mix them both together. Finally, never ever use personal pronouns in your social studies research paper. Now you wouldn't want to leave your cake in the oven for too long after all the hard work, would you? Congratulations! Now you can just sit back and eat a nice piece of chocolate cake because you now know how to write a social studies research paper.